Hi there, welcome to the 5th episode of Creating Your Style Statement with upmashrian. So this time we want to cover a very important topic as I have been sharing, it's color. And we have a series on color. So our first episode, which is actually a 5th one, but the first one on color is about the language of color. Color has the greatest impact on our perception. When we see anything, a view, a product, the first thing our eye goes on is on color. Now while I show you a series of pictures, I want you to see how you feel when you see that picture. Because in this series, we're going to talk about the language of color and how it impacts us. So starting from nature, we see the red and greens, we see a monochromatic palette of blues in the nature, we see against a blue sky, a yellow field and purple flowers. So now in this picture, you see a red flower with the edges of green. Now that same red, or you could say the orange and green, the same orange and green is used in the forest with a little deeper tones there. But the impact of this orange flower is very different from the jungle we are seeing. Going on to the next one, there's a blue sky and this pink spring out there. So I'm going to take pauses and let you just feel and think about the pictures we are looking at. Now the next one, here we see a wall with an orange impact and your eye just reaches the wall. These are two very interesting pictures. In one picture, we have a darker setting of colors, a deeper colors. On the other picture, we have a little of a citrus and spring setting. So if you observe, the first picture has the same frame, but the frame is black, the wall is deeper. The sofas are deeper in color, so you get a feeling of, say, exclusion. It could be just being your own self, it could be solitude. And just compare the same setting where we turn the wall green. And in front of the green, we have these orange sofas or seaters just popping out like citrus fruits. And even the picture in the background with orange and green is playing, is getting our attention basically. So there has been a way we used color here to generate the feeling we all felt after seeing these two pictures with similar setting but just different colors. Coming to this chalky palette, like the orange sofas you saw, you cannot make out from the picture on the right that there are 5 pictures together because your eye is just flowing from one soft color to another. It is not distinct like that green wall in the last picture and the orange sofas. Here, this chalky palette just gives you a very different feel. It doesn't give you a spring and citrus feel. It gives you a very candy and a softer feel. In these pictures, how the brand identity and brand marketing guys have picked up colors, the summer colors, into the jars, into the can, to get a very specific feel. So now when we see the next picture, these earthy tones are not giving you that same citrus feel. That is the reason, to get that natural feel, these colors are used either for soap or the soy milk we are seeing here. Okay, coming back to our own trade of apparel. The first picture gives you a very elegant feel, so does the second, and they have their own take on it. So while I am discussing color, you are seeing from my other episodes, I am talking about other creative lines as well. The reason is, color is the big umbrella which touches upon everything. So every product that is designed, every photography that is designed takes care or takes the same principles which we are doing in apparel. Now in these two pictures, the photographer has used an orange background against a blue suit in the second picture as we see. This has been very well calculated. We'll go in detail when we discuss complementary colors. So the concepts of colors will be used in every creative field, whether it's photography, whether it's branding, whether it's interior design, whether it's architecture and apparel. Now we are coming to a very beautiful character of color. Color has a rich symbolic and expressive aspect. Now what do I mean by that? Every color has had a history. Red has had a history, blue has had a history. So actually history of color and symbolism go hand in hand. So we're going to now discuss color symbolism in context to cultures, in context to time periods. So let's start with discussing few colors and their context and cultures. So the most important, red. Red in India and China is usually symbolizing piousness, usually symbolizing festivity. So they are used for wedding dresses, whereas in Russia and China is more about revolution. In England, we remember red as the red telephone booths and buses. In Spain, it is the flamingo dress and the bullfight. Now yellow in Egypt stands for happiness and prosperity. In China, it has a different context. So it has a different context when you get a yellow card. So every color has its own history and context. So let's say orange. The context and culture of orange with Buddhism is of a very great value. China and Japan actually plays a very important role. So does it play its own role in the orange pumpkin during Halloween. Now I am going to share with you, over the years, how have we related to these colors and what adjectives we have given to these colors. Now why are we discussing this? We are discussing this to understand how do I use red, how do I use blue. If I have to create a feeling of elegance, what all colors to use? Now there is a scientific reason behind it. When our eye sees color, there is a message given to our brain through our nervous system and our heartbeat increases. So red is always related to passion, and when it gets increases in its potential, it goes on to aggression. So it's not that you and I are deciding what emotion to give to every color. There is a way our nervous system and messages to our brain go when we see a color. Now let's talk about all the adjectives we have put against every color, and this has a history. So I'm just summarizing some 10-11 colors here for you. So color psychology of red, as it stands for and wherever we use it, it stands for love, romance, gentle, warmth, comfort, energy, excitement, intensity, life, blood. And of course we all know about blue, standing for calmness, serenity, cold, wisdom, uncaring, loyalty, truth, focused, unappetizing. These are few of the adjectives that I am sharing, but the range could be about 100 adjectives per color. But yes, these are the predominant ones. Coming on to yellow. Yellow stands for happiness, laughter, cheer, and that's how we use it. Optimism. Also stands for hunger, intensity, frustration and anger as well. So coming on to orange now. When we see orange, it gives us a feel of happy, energetic, excitement, enthusiasm, warmth, prosperity, sophistication as well, and also stimulation. I have listed few here. Remember, this is not an exhaustive list. So color psychology of green. As we all know, the first thing that comes to mind is natural, cool, growth, also standing for money, health, envy as well, tranquility, harmony, calmness, fertility of course. Very interesting color psychology of purple is with royalty, as we've been seeing kings and queens wearing this color, and it's somewhere registered in our head. So there's wealth, sophistication, which also goes with that, wisdom, exotic, spiritual, prosperity, respect, and also mystery. One of our favorite colors is pink. It has always stood for romance and love, gentle and calming. And I would also like to share that the connotation of using this color for menswear has been a recent development on a larger scale. Otherwise we were considering this color more feminine. One of the most used color, white, obviously stands for purity, innocence, cleanliness, a huge sense of space, neutrality, and also mourning in some cultures. Another of our favorite colors is black, and of course we know it stands for authority and power and strength, also evil and death and mourning. One of our favorites is brown again, and brown has been so widely used because it's a very neutral kind of a feel with that color. So it stands for reliability, stability, sadness, warmth, comfort, security, natural, organic, and in many cultures for mourning. Coming to the last in the tally I'm sharing with you is grey color. Obviously a very timeless color, very practical color, and sort of a neutral color, being used amazingly in fashion, in movies. Also somewhere secrecy is also associated to this color. So with this, I come to a closure of all the language the color speaks. So whenever you see this video again, I want you to try and think and feel when you see the colors to get what language the color is speaking to you. Even when you're viewing anything, what does the green say? What does the orange say? What does black or what does the white say? For example, when we enter a room and consider that room is painted all white. So the moment you enter this white room, you get a space feel. That time the white color is not saying purity to you, but it is giving you a feel of space. Now contrary to this, if you enter a room that's all black, the moment you enter in, the black becomes overpowering on you and you feel smaller and sort of pushed down by that black. Now all this is happening, and I'm summarizing again, your eye sends a message to your brain, and there's a way your body reacts to the color. So it's not something calculated that way, but we're just understanding that. So like, share, subscribe, and let me know how this color session has impacted you and your thinking about color. In our next episode, we're going to talk about color theory, another wing of color and very vital one. So before I leave, I'm going to leave you with the thought as always, and we're going to talk about valuing yourself. Value who you are and stay where you're valued, appreciated and celebrated. We have lived lives where we have been in company of people who have not valued us. We have done jobs where we have not been valued. So, stay where you're valued. Bye for now.